Hey, what's up, traders? Mike here with the watch list video for Tuesday, November 7th. I'm zoomed in showing you LIFW, there's the symbol, on 2-minute candles because I was on the mic this morning and called this over 320. So just quickly going to explain the reason. It opened at 320, sold off. On the daily chart, it had a recent high at 324. So I already told you that I liked it over 324. And you had a clean seller on the tape at 320, which also would have been the red to green with that catalyst 4 cents above. So my idea that I said over the mic was I like this over that 320 seller, knowing that we have a catalyst above, and it's a recent high flyer, and it's a low float. I think I said all those things, right? So here we go. The reason I had to zoom in, you're going to see here, if you weren't there today. So there's the 320 break. And this actually happened. This actually happened. It went up over 16. Let me switch to fives now. Went up over 16 bucks. I don't even know what the high of the day was. 17.48. That's just stupid from a $3.20 idea. The risk was about 20 cents, right? Stop below 3. Anyway, it's my best call of the year, I'm sure. Not sadly, not my best trade. I mean, we haven't seen something like this in a long time. Would I have loved to have had my whole position and sold it up here, of course, but this was completely one of those way better than expected moves, right? Anyway, I saw a lot of people celebrating today. Congrats to everyone I made money on it, obviously, but I didn't make anywhere near what I could have. But it is, at the same time, still nice to see something rip like that, right? It's good to see like the old days coming back. So that is definitely going to be on a chart again tomorrow. But let me give a shout out to Matt D, who seems to make every watch list video highlight reel, right? The early high on Starbucks was 103.01. He basically called it, you can probably see it coming if you weren't there, back through 103, right? It ended up going out at 104. Wayne sold his last bid at 104. The man's got patience. He's a good trader. Anyway, great call by Matt. The risk was probably 25 cents, and you got a buck, so you got, what, 4R on some. Anyway, I thought that was cool. And let me give one more shout out to Joy. I typed Joy instead of the symbol. Sorry about that. NSSC topped out right here at 23. So you had another whole number, and it was coiling below that. I'll show you the daily real quick. So it was gapping up, it had this island down here. Anyway, her idea was back through 23. The worst case stop was probably about 25 cents, something like that. And it went to, it went to 23.63. So still, I would say maybe 3R, something like, at least 2R. So I thought that was kind of a neat little call too that I didn't even have on my radar. So hats off to Joy for that. Anyway, I'm going to give you a couple highlights. What are we watching? Oh, let me put my disclaimer. Hang on. Actually, it's not a disclaimer. It's an explanation. So there you go. Every now and then I take the time to read this whole thing. Most of you have already seen it 20 or 30 times. If you haven't seen it, because you're watching one of my videos for the first time, pause the video and read that. But it's an explanation of what we do. All right. So what are we watching for the, what's our list of in-play stocks that we're hoping to catch day trades on tomorrow, right? I don't know. I'm on the fence on this one, but it did have a little volume spike, and it's got like maybe 300,000 in the float or something stupid like that, and it seems to have found support. So I am going to watch this Pixie, but I'm not in love with it, and it's probably going to be spready. It happened to catch my attention today, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw it on the watch list. BTAI, I loved over this horizontal line here. Unfortunately, it gapped up today, and then here's the intraday. So it gapped up, sold off, and had kind of a strong close. There it is on 60-minute candles, pretty strong. So anyway, I'm going to keep it on watch. It's definitely a recent high flyer. I already talked about LIFW, L-I-F-W. Huge move today, closing way off its highs, but we're going to watch it. ALDX. This, at one point, when this was up here near the highs, I really liked the chart, right? But on an intraday basis, when you look at the daily candle, it doesn't mean anything until you get to the close, and then you can see what the daily chart looks like. I would have liked this to have closed stronger, maybe up here, right? Then you had this pop and a nice flag. I'm still going to watch it, though. I wish I would have had a stronger close. TRKA. Nice pop today. So I'm just looking for a follow-through setup tomorrow. HOWL. Big rip Friday. Inside day today. Watching that for a third day play. Tupperware. I don't know. You had this huge rip back here. A secondary rip. and then this little pop. But since this little pop, it's flagging. So the high of this candle is 214. I really don't like the way this thing trades, but if it gets above that 214, maybe you get a little mini squeeze. So I'm going to put TUP on a chart. GSIT. Didn't really have great volume today, but I did notice it's, you know, if you look where it closed, look at that horizontal line there. It closed above a good, you know, maybe a month worth of trading. So I'm going to put that on watch. I believe that's in the AI space. TNON had a nice pop today, nice volume. We're going to watch that for any kind of a setup tomorrow. LMND. Usually, when you have a big 2-day rip like this, I like to see you get a partial retracement. Usually, I like another red day to get closer to the moving averages. So keep that in mind. But sometimes you get a big 2-day move, one red candle on lower volume, and then it goes again, right? And I told you guys a few days ago, LMND was one of my favorites to watch the next week or so. So I'm putting it on Bounce Watch tomorrow, even though it feels a little premature. But we'll see. Anything can happen. UDMY, big rip on Friday, quiet inside day today. It's kind of a better look at it. Looking for a 3rd-day play there. And then lastly, and we'll see, this is GT, which is Goodyear Tire. Now, hang on. I got to see if it's still interesting. It's not really. Let me go to 5s and 24-hour candles, and I'll show you. It was interesting when it was down here. It's got great support around $10, but now it's back up. They reported earnings after hours. I was hoping this could be one of those new experiments we're working on as a group. The big name type stock that has we're looking for that overdone gap down. I was hoping this would keep falling, but it didn't. Anyway, so scrap that, but let's remember to watch in the morning before the open. Let's make sure that we go over and find together any big gaps down on what I call, household names that may be an overdone gap down, and we might have a trade. We've seen several of them lately, and it's kind of our group experiment. So don't let me forget in the morning. I'm done babbling. We'll see y'all in chat.